Alright, today we have, I think it's heavy weapon number 5 on the M.S.G heavy weapons list. This one's called the Mega Slash Blade, and I will show you why in just a second. As you can see here, it is in a shooting configuration. It is incredibly heavy for this HG. It's probably as heavy as the unit itself. There are a lot of moving parts in this thing, and he's not really liking holding it. So I mounted it to his hand here, and the other one is there for support. Very, very big unit. One of the things you can do is just use the big blades as so. Just attach that nice green colored transparent part, and you got yourself a little sword. That one isn't very well held by the Zaku. He just holding it by gravity. But that said, he is probably a little too small for this kind of a weapon. But if it's some kind of a light beam, maybe it works. You know, it's a photon blade, it's a beam saber, it's magic. It's really cool. Right, and I'm going to complain here about the weight of this thing. I can't really get him to hold it. It is very heavy, so if I put this down, you will see that it either knocks him over or it knocks the entire arm all the way down until it hits the ground. It's a very, very heavy weapon, so they should have put something on it to hold it with two hands, especially for like the architect types where they aren't exactly the strongest. That said, we'll move on. I said in another video that there weren't enough bows in this line, and I still think that's true. This one's a quite nice one. It isn't exactly symmetrical, but it is a very nice looking bow. You can add on the green slash blades or the tip here to make it look like an arrow, but it is pretty heavy, and I just wanted to reduce the weight for this poor little Alto, who's not exactly the strongest, being as small as he is. Very, very cool looking bow, but I do wish that there were more. Alright, and because they have the long blade, I decided to make these into tonfas. They don't look bad. I like it activated, actually. It looks pretty cool. And I gave her a shoulder-mounted gun. It looks a little silly, but it's not too bad. Man, this light is not cooperating with me. I'm sorry, guys. Let's see if I can change that. There you go. That might be a little bit better. It definitely is a cool look, and wow, that really doled things out. But not practical. They're pretty huge, and I mean, thinking she's a robot. If she was a human girl, she would struggle a lot. If she was a human guy, she would struggle a lot. But let's go ahead and continue. Alright, getting lazy over here. I actually took some time to try to pose this, and it just wasn't cooperating. It is very heavy, like I said before. But here it is in big mode compared to what it was on the Alto, with the blades extended, the poking out of the tip. Very cool with Magical Girl. Alright, remember that your M.S.G parts don't have to work in order to work. This is only linked up to his chest piece here, which is a strange and wonderful addition. Hooked up to that, but it does look like he's holding it in his arm, or in his hand, and that is a very large sword for a little guy. I really like this. I'm going to take a picture of it. Really cool. And here's the Alex, the only one that actually seems like it might be able to carry this thing on a regular rate. Really cool looking. I like the way it looks with the shield. With the paint job, you know, white and blue, it's going to look even more spectacular. I'm going to mention the major fail point of this kit, which is the grip. So, there's no 3mm slots anywhere on this one except for under these. So in order to use them, you have to take off part of the blade. That kind of sucks. The other thing is the mount that they give you slots into there and basically turns that big peg into a small peg, or a small joint, PC joint. And then you get this switch and these parts here. These are awful. They don't fit into hands properly. They are stubborn and they like to pry apart very easily, as you see here. So you need to squeeze them constantly. Some cement will fix that, but why do we have to cement these parts when they are meant to be used? Any case, I really like the way it looked on the Alex. It does look pretty good on some of the other kits. I would definitely replace that part right there and try some other stuff. This one is a cheap piece. It's only $5.99, I believe, on galactictoys.com right now. You can find it on Amazon for a little bit more. If you have Prime, you can get that free shipping. But it's definitely one that you would want to lump in with another order. You would need to use this larger piece here to adapt it to another 3mm peg, but I think it's worth it if you have some other stuff that you can attach with, because this setup is pretty awful. It needs really just a straight handle, and it doesn't give you that. With all that, I'm going to say thank you for watching, and have